All right, Shalom. It's the brother Thaba from the GMS Indianapolis camp coming at you with another lesson. As I always want to start out by giving all praises, all glory, all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do real well. And peace and salutations to you hopeful elect brothers out there pushing his word and 100% truth and sincerity to wake up the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. All right, in today's lesson, I was kind of sitting here in thought, thinking about, I was pretty much just meditating on the scriptures, man. Sitting here deep in thought in the book of Psalms, chapter 1. It kind of popped up in my head, so I decided, hit the button and go in. So I'm gonna start here in the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, and then it says here, the header to the scripture, to the chapter, it says the righteous and the wicked contrasted, because when you go into this chapter, it's a pretty short chapter. I think it's only like 6 verses, but it pretty much just gives a comparison of the reward of the righteous and the reward of the wicked, pretty much. So, like I said, I'm gonna just get into it a little bit, and Lord willing to be edifying. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. All right, so obviously in this instance, this is talking about, all right, those who are trying to do the work, man. Those that are the prophets, pretty much, man. All right, because it says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly. All right, because what the prophets, those that are out here doing the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, they're not gonna stand or be in a way or walk in the counsel of the ungodly, man. Because hey, we understand that that's completely contrary to the scriptures. All right. A man of the Lord really don't deal with people of the world unless we have to, man. All right. Knowing you have to deal with them in your jobs and shit like that, and when you go out and about to the stores and things like that, you're gonna have to deal with people of the world. Obviously at that point, but you're not constantly dwelling around the ungodly, man. All right, I'm gonna pull up this word counsel and see what it says real quick. It says counsel, advice, or purpose. All right, so obviously we ain't listening to nothing the ungodly have to say, man. All right, we're not seeking advice of the people of the pretty much the ungodly, man, the people of the world. All right, because they gonna give you advice based off their knowledge, which we understand it is wickedness, man. All right, people of the world can't give you no advice that a man of the Lord can't give you, man. All right, well, advice over something that's profitable. All right, and it continues on here, and it says, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. So obviously, man, we don't deal with those people that are outside the truth, man. Really. All right. Standing in the way of sinners, man. You standing in the way of sinners, hey, you're gonna eventually become a sinner, man. All right, because those bad habits that these people have of the world, you're constantly being around them, or you're indulging in them things. Eventually, you're gonna fall victim to it, man. All right, so we don't deal with people of the world, man, because they got demons on them, man. All right, and if you want them demons to stay away from you, you got to stay away from the people of the world, man. All right. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, what does it say here in verse 2? It says, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. All right, so our delight, and let me look up what it says for this word delight real quick. It says, delight, pleasure, the good pleasure, that in which he takes delight, longing. All right. So what does it say down here in the Strong's? It says pleasure, hence abstractly desire, concretely a valuable thing as something in mind, desire, things desired, matter, pleasant, purpose, and willingly. All right, so our purpose is in the law of the Lord, man. Our delight in the things that we look for is in the law of the Lord. All right. That's where the man of the Lord find true happiness is within the scriptures, man. All right. And then obviously around the brothers is being around the brothers as well. That's obvious. That's seeking after the truth as well, man. That's what they delight is in the law of the Lord too, man. All right, and it says, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. All right, like I was saying at the start of the video, I'm just sitting here, just thinking about scriptures, man. I was watching a couple videos, man, just sitting here meditating, man. All right, that's what the man of the Lord do, man. All right, these scriptures is a distraction. Not I don't want to say a distraction, but a piece from the world, man. All right. I think I just thought of a scripture in yeah. Psalms chapter 119 and 1 and 2. It says and also I'm gonna read the header too for the scripture. It says meditations and prayers relating to the law of Yahweh. It says, I left, blessed are the undefiled in the way who walk in the law of the Lord. All right, so we understand what the undefiled, because that's talking about the prophets. All right, because what does it say in the scriptures? No God was found in their mouth. All right, it says, "Blessed are the undefiled who walk in the law of the Lord." Because the men of the Lord, the prophets, they're trying to the best of their ability to adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right, we try our damnness not to walk outside of the scriptures, man. All right. And we understand that sometimes you're gonna get weak, sometimes it's gonna it's gonna happen because you're in the flesh. And when it does happen, we praying to the Lord for forgiveness, man. All right. But it says, blessed are the undefiled in the way. All right. Because ultimately for the sacrifices that we're making on this side, we're gonna be rewarded for that, man. All right. Blessed are they that keep his testimonies and that seek him with the whole heart. So the Lord got our undivided attention, man. All right. We seeking after the Lord with our whole heart, man. All right. The Lord in our mind, in our life, how about you, how it shines the priority, man. All right. Not our women. All right, not our jobs, not seeking after a worldly gain. All right, money, cars, clothes, those things aren't the priority in the man of the Lord's life, man. Seeking after the Lord is salvation. All right, gaining wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's the priority of the man of the Lord, man. All right, and that's what it means to seek after him with your whole heart. All right, and the prophets are going to be the only ones that are doing that. All right. And it continues on here and it says, they also do no iniquity. They walk in his ways. All right. And like I was just saying, we trying our damnness not to go off according to the scriptures, man. All right. It says, I think that was it in 119. I'm gonna go back to this Psalms chapter 1 real quick. Oops. Slack. This is back in Psalms chapter 1, and I'm going to read verse 1 over. It says, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. All right, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. In verse 3, it says, and he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. All right. The this scripture um is likening those whose delight is in the law of the Lord. It's likening them unto a tree planted by the rivers of water, man. All right. And what's the significance of that? It says that it bringeth forth the fruit in its season, man. All right. Most of the time, if a tree is planted by the water, it's always going to yield fruit, man. All right. When that fruit is supposed to come forth, it's always going to come forth, man, because it's connected to that water supply, man. All right. A tree planted by the water ain't gonna have no dry season, man. All right. And you gotta we likening that unto the prophets of the Lord, man. All right. The prophets of the Lord are always going what bring forth their fruit, man. All right, the Lord is not gonna allow them to have a dry season, man. All right, and it says whatsoever he doeth shall prosper, man. All right, so anything that you put your hand forth out there to do, if it's the Lord will to let that happen, it's gonna happen, man. All right, all because you choose to you choose to seek after the ways of the Lord. All right, your delight is in the laws, statutes, and commandments. All right, that's just a small inkling of what's to come for the prophets, man. All right, and like I said, this scripture it pretty much goes into the contrast between the righteous and the wicked. All right, so it goes here into verse 4 and to the wicked. All right. It says the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. All right. The a chaff is pretty much. I'm not sure if y'all have seen the process of when they're separating. I think it's called winnowing or something like that. But when they're separating the corn from the husk and the stuff like that, they do it by blowing them in the wind. I wish I had an example to show, but the chaff is pretty much the stuff that blows away in the wind. All right, the things that you're trying to separate from the actual grain. All right, that you don't need is what blows away in the wind. That's the chaff. All right, that things that don't matter. All right, it says, but I like the chaff which the wind that driveth away. So they pretty much all over the place, man. All right, they're insignificant, man. They don't matter. All right, that's how the ungodly are being looked at this current point in time, man. All right, insignificant. I'm having trouble saying that word right now, but you get the point. All right, and it says here in verse 5, it says the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. All right, so that's why, hey, we don't really worry about the wicked flourishing here on this side, man, because we understand that the things that they're doing, their ways, they're gonna perish, man. All right, that made me think about that Psalms 37. Yeah. All right, because like I said, that Psalms chapter 1 and verse 6, it said the ungodly shall perish. And so that made me think about this scripture here in the book of Psalms 37. All right, it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou be envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as a green herb. All right, so like I was saying, man, we're not worried about the prizes and the victories and the things that the wicked receive on this side, man. All right, cause we understand at the end of the day that verse 2 just said, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. All right. Y'all doing all this, seeking after this worldly gain, just to be destroyed, man. Along with the things that you gain on this side. All right. So your mind is primarily focused on a prospering here in Babylon, and let's just say you do. All right. What? The scriptures tell you, woe to them that are rich, for they have received their consolation. All right. Why is that? Because their mind is not going to be focused on Yahweh Bashim and Yahweh Shai. All right. Because they're comfortable here. All right. And back in verse 1, it says, fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither thou be envious against the workers of iniquity, man. So, we can't be envious of the wicked, man. All right. Because, we know the end outcome to that. All right. We know their end outcome is going to be destruction, man. All right. And the men of the Lord that are sighing and crying on this side, they're going to have the last laugh, man. All right. It says, trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. All right. So what? That's going back to, that Psalms chapter 1. All right. Shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water and shall be fed. All right. Hey, we ain't gonna have nothing to worry about, man. All right. Soon come while these people, we understand what's coming to Babylon, the great, aka America. We understand that the turmoil and shit that's coming here. All right, and while that's going on, the people are gonna be panicking and going crazy. And on the upper hand of the spectrum, the prophets of the Lord are gonna be in peace, man. All right, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability at our times. All right, so we ain't gonna have nothing to worry about, man. All right. It says, verse 4, delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thine heart. All right. And why would you not want to do that, man? Why would you not want the desires of your heart, man? All right. If all you got to do is delight yourself in the Lord. All right. Try your best to follow after the law, statutes, and commandments, man. All right. That's all you got to do to get the desires in your heart. Why would you not want to do that, man? All right, that goes to show you how wicked these 2/3 Jakes is, man. All right, the Lord is offering to give you the desires of your heart if you serve Him, man. But Jake ain't hearing it. All right, it says, "Commit thy ways unto the Lord, trust also in Him, and He shall bring it to pass." All right, so whatever your heart is mourning for, all right, the things that you seek after, if you abandon the Lord, that the Lord is gonna bring it to pass, man. Whether it's you asking the Lord to bring you a woman, all right, bring you a decent job so you can take care of the family and your brothers, things like that. Hey, the Lord will get them things to you if you commit yourself to Him, man. All right. So I believe that's pretty much the point I was trying to get at. So, Lord willing, it was edifying to somebody out there. As always, want to end off by giving all praises, all glory, all honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do real well. And peace and salutations to you, hopeful like brothers out there pushing this word in 100% truth and sincerity to wake up the whole full elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.